guys, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for November 28th. Today we are going to be experiencing a cardinal cross. This cardinal cross is opposing energy. Opposing energy to the degree that it may be difficult to understand which action to take. Cardinal energy is energy that ignites action. It's the beginning of energy. It's that ignite switch. And then as we follow through, that can be fire energy. But it's what initiates change. And so there are some changes. There's some big changes that we need to make. So as we went through the week and we've had all these alignments, we've had all this stuff go on, our mental capacity has been expanded, and we've been really deliberating over some decisions. There is a need to make a change. But the problem is that when you make one change, the change then cascades into multiple changes, and then it may be difficult to understand where to focus your energy when making changes. So when you experience a cardinal cross, you may feel like you take 2 steps forward and then 2 steps back. You never seem to get you never seem to get to where you initially wanted to go. You may start to make a change and then you can't follow through because, again, one change leads to another change. And so how do you know which change is the best change to start with? It's kind of like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? You know, like you can analyze that fracking question till the cows come home. But, or where do human beings come from? Then where did aliens come from? Or then where did God come from? Like, you can go on and on and on philosophically about that question forever. That is very Sagittarian-based energy, and that's what we're lost in right now, which could be why it's super hard to make a firm decision. So, the aspects that we're going to be considering is work, our foundation, our partnership, our home and family, and ourself. So I'm going to give a really weird situation. Say you want to make a change in a job. You want to quit a job. You're done. They don't value you. They don't align with your career life path destiny. You've been putting your nose to the grindstone long enough, and you suddenly feel an inner burning desire to align yourself with your career life path destiny. So you want to quit. But if you quit, how do you pay your bills? And then, is that letting your family down? And what kind of structure are you creating? Is that solid? Like, is it affecting the ability to have a solid foundation? On top of that, how does it affect your family? How does it affect your role in that family? Then, how does it affect your partnerships? Like, is it now if you were the breadwinner, now you're changing the dynamic of that. Now is one person going to have to go back to work that wasn't working and just staying home and taking care of the kids? And then it's aligning yourself with all of this. So you can see where you can get stuck in analysis paralysis, where you don't know where to begin, but there's definitely a deep desire to change an outcome, and you know it. I think at this point you know it, and especially since we're moving through this energy. So this is about personal power. This is about who you nurture, how you're nurtured. This is about liberating yourself and freeing yourself. And this is also about unions and partnerships and the feeling that you get from those unions, partnerships, and do they value you? And are you in a partnership that's going to be long term? When you're in this, there's a lot to think through, and there's a lot to factor in. And so I think you're going to be having a lot of conversations. I think what you're going to do is want to pick I think you want more knowledge in this situation. I think that's where it needs to start. So you're going to have some conversations, some tough conversations about commitment, home, family, strength of foundation, and work and career. And I think that it's going to start a cascade of events that will initiate some of these changes for you. So that's the event, the definition of the event. Big holy cow stuff. Now let's talk about the energies that are at play. You know, the energies that are at play is Uranus. You're really honestly wanting freedom. You're wanting the freedom to make this decision. You are wanting, maybe you're in a situation that represses you, and so you feel like you need to liberate yourself from that. And it's going to involve, I think this, for some people, these conversations could be somewhat unpredictable. You didn't see them coming. I also believe that in this energy, I believe that you're going to want to try to seek the middle ground, but what it's going to cause is some volatility in the way that you're thinking, because it's a new way of thinking. You're changing direction, you're changing course, and that can be very unsettling for those of you in your life that were relying on you to move forward in a specific way. So I believe that it is through this. Here's the problem. I believe that when you're in repressed jobs that repress you, or relationships that repress you, you lose yourself. You lose your purpose. You lose your identity. And so I think what's happening is you want to reclaim that. You want that to be yours as you're expanding yourself and opening yourself up to these new concepts. You have a strong desire to individualize yourself from your partner. If you have a super codependent partner or super clingy partner, and this person doesn't allow you to go into the world and bring what you have to the world, if they are holding you back, then there's going to be an overwhelming desire to want to change that. Again, we're caught in this cardinal cross, so this cardinal cross can make us want to take these actions. But again, it's having the personal power and the strength in your personal power to want to do that. And that's a journey for everybody. Everybody knows where their personal power is. There are some places in my life that that I have such strong personal power that I can't even deviate from it, because it took me a long time to get to my mindset. So I believe that for many of you, this is relationships are going to go under the microscope, and there's going to be some revealing information, or maybe just some clarity and thought about where you want to go. But I believe, and this is emotion, this isn't logic, this is all emotionally driven. You guys are feeling a strong desire to change your outcome based on an intuitive response to the universe and to your environment. So this is about, I think what this is about doing at this point is you're not feeling valued in some way, and you're not feeling the emotional momentum behind it anymore either. And so right now, I think you feel like you're stuck, like you can't get out of your situation, and that's the momentum that you need. It's like when Uranus comes in here and you feel stuck and you feel like you can't, that's when Uranus comes in and wants to push you and say, not only can you, but we're going to jolt your reality and make you. So if you don't go along, Uranian energy is very unpredictable. It's very erratic energy. And so if it has enough momentum in your life, if it's affecting your personal planets, it can cause a whole lot of fracking chaos in your life. So this is about aligning yourself with passion and your outcome and your future. And just know that whatever comes up, and the thoughts that are coming in, and the challenges that it's creating in balance and relationships and in your life, is all to test the integrity of your relationships, of your life, of your foundation, of your home and family, of your inner self. If you're not aligning with your career, life path, destiny, Sagittarian energy, big stuff, philosophical, psychological stuff. And so we have so many energies in conjuncting, and then at 2 points this week, completely aligning, you know you're asking yourself the big questions. You know that this isn't about the little picture. This is about the big picture, the outcome, the branches of your tree reaching the top of the sky. This is about potential. This is not about where you are at now. This is about outcome. And I believe that there is something strong. The energy to me feels so strong. Volatile, highly unstable, but super strong. I believe that structure and organizations and government and things like that, as we're looking at these major organizations that used to be foundations that we could have pride in, now we're looking at their volatility and their weaknesses. It's allowing us to move forward in strength. So there's a lot of stuff going on, super strange energy, interesting to talk about though. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again tomorrow.